Attention passionate Dallas, Cowboys fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Dallas, Cowboys fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the NFL buzz lately, you've probably heard whispers about a potential blockbuster move that could shake up the entire NFC East. We're talking about Derrick Henry, the powerhouse running back from the Baltimore Ravens, possibly landing in Dallas. Yeah, that's right. Henry, who's been a Pro Bowl back and a dominant force on the ground for years, might be making his way to the Cowboys, and honestly, it could be a game changer. It's not just speculation. Insiders are suggesting that the Ravens, who are currently sitting at around a 6-6 record and dealing with cap constraints, are open to trading Henry in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft. That's a pretty significant move that could send shockwaves through the league. Now let's talk about Henry for a second, because he's not just any running back. This guy is a true force of nature. Coming off a season where he's amassed over 200 carries, rushing for more than 10 yards at an impressive 4.8 yards per carry, Henry is a player who can change the tone of a game in a heartbeat. He's tall, powerful, and has that explosive burst that makes defenders think twice. His recent games have been nothing short of dominant, including a recent performance where he racked up over 100 yards against a divisional rival, showcasing his ability to take over on the ground. His career stats speak volumes: over 12 rushing yards, more than 100 rushing touchdowns, and a career average of around 4.9 yards per carry. He's also known for his yards after contact, often pushing through defenders for extra yards with an average of 5.4 YAC per run. Plus, injuries have been minimal, which is huge for a player with such a physical style. The Ravens, on the other hand, seem to be looking at this from a rebuild perspective. They're prioritizing extensions for their wide receivers and are apparently skeptical about their run game depth. They seem to doubt whether their current running backs can be consistent enough to carry the workload for the long haul, especially with a cap situation that's not exactly favorable. Trading Henry for a third-round pick makes sense for Baltimore. They're basically looking to free up some cap space and rebuild their roster, especially on the offensive line and in the passing game. But here's where it gets really interesting for the Cowboys. Dallas, currently sitting at 6-6-1, has a glaring need for a power back to complement Tony Pollard and make the ground game truly unstoppable. Their offensive line has been banged up, especially with Guyton's ankle injury, which has impacted their run blocking. Adding Derrick Henry could be the boost they need to elevate their offensive efficiency by around 22%, pushing their points per game over 28, which is a huge improvement. Considering their projected rushing yards could reach 400 with Henry in the mix, that's a significant step up. And let's not forget, Henry's presence would transform Dallas into a more balanced offense, making defenses think twice and opening up more opportunities for play-action passes and deep shots downfield. If Dallas manages to land Henry, the impact on their offense would be profound. For one, Henry's power running style is exactly what the Cowboys need to wear down defenses late in games. His ability to pick up tough yards and break tackles would turn third-and-short situations into automatic conversions. Moreover, his presence on the field would provide a psychological edge, as opposing defenses would have to game plan for a back who's proven to be a top 5 rusher in the NFL when healthy. The Cowboys' offensive efficiency could improve by at least 10%, which could translate into more sustained drives, more points, and ultimately more wins. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this move could have a ripple effect across the NFC East. The Giants, who are also fighting for playoff positioning, would have to contend with a Dallas offense that's even more explosive and difficult to stop. If the Cowboys start running the ball with the kind of power that Derrick Henry brings, they become much more unpredictable, giving teams less ability to stack the box against their passing game. That could tilt the division race in Dallas's favor. Meanwhile, the Eagles, who are already a dominant team, would see Dallas as an even more formidable opponent, especially if Henry's addition helps the Cowboys secure a playoff spot and make a serious push in January. The betting odds reflect the growing excitement around this potential move as well. Initially, the odds for Dallas to win the NFC East and make a deep playoff run were around plus 5,000. But with the possibility of acquiring Henry, those odds could drop significantly, to around plus 2,200 or even lower. Derrick Henry isn't just a running back. He's an X-factor who could turn the tide in the Cowboys' favor, especially in high-stakes playoff games. His experience, physicality, and playoff pedigree make him a perfect fit for the Dallas style, powerful, relentless, and ready to grind out tough yards when it matters most. And let's talk about the big picture here. If Dallas pulls this off, it's not just about winning a few more games. It's about establishing a true powerhouse in the NFC, one that can rival the best teams in the league. The Cowboys have been knocking on the door for a Super Bowl for a few years now, and adding a player like Derrick Henry could be the missing piece that finally gets them over the hump. With Pollard, C.D. Lamb, and now a bruising back like Henry leading the way, Dallas's offense would be among the most feared in the NFL. And defensively, the team remains stout, but it's the offensive upgrade that could be the difference between a first-round exit and a Super Bowl appearance. Of course, there are some skeptics out there. The Ravens might be hesitant to part ways with Henry, especially given his recent form and the fact that he's still producing at a high level. But considering their cap situation and their focus on rebuilding, the trade makes sense. For Dallas, the question is whether they can make it happen before the trade deadline or in the offseason. If they do, they're not just adding a running back. They're adding a symbol of power, resilience, and postseason grit. In the end, this potential move is about more than just football. It's about the Cowboys taking a bold step forward, reasserting their dominance in the NFC, and making a statement to the league that they're serious about winning another Super Bowl. Derrick Henry's name is already being thrown around in the Dallas locker room, and if the stars align, we could be looking at a historic season for the Cowboys, one where they become even more unstoppable on the ground and in the playoffs. So, Cowboys Nation, keep your eyes peeled. The coming weeks might be the most exciting in recent memory, and this move could be just around the corner. It's a bold, aggressive step that shows Dallas isn't content with just being good. They want to be great and maybe even legendary. Stay tuned, because I'll be here with all the latest updates, analysis, and insights as this story unfolds. The Dallas Cowboys are always aiming for the top, and with a little bit of luck and a lot of determination, Derrick Henry could be the key piece to their Super Bowl puzzle. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. Do you think Derrick Henry is the missing piece? Are you excited about the potential impact he could have? Or do you think the Cowboys should focus on other areas? Whatever you're thinking, I want to hear it. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news. Let's keep the passion alive and continue believing that this team can achieve greatness once again. Go Cowboys!